Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Shanita here, and welcome back to the Lindsay Life. Hello to all my new subscribers, and a hello to all of those that's been rocking with me for a minute. So today I am making dinner for my family. It is Friday, and so I'm using everything that we have on hand, trying to create meals out of what we have left before we actually go to the grocery store. And I gathered everything up, and so today I'm making shepherd's pie. There are a lot of recipes on shepherd's pie, but this is how I am planning to make it for my family today. So I'm just going to show you the ingredients that I am using. I already have potatoes that have boiled on the stove, so I'll show you that in a minute. We do have a family of 5, and I do plan on this to be leftovers for tomorrow, which is Saturday. Or by the time you see this video, it will be Saturday. So what I'm going to be using, like I said, is everything that we have on hand. I didn't have to go to the store for any of this. And so I have a half of a large sweet onion cut up here on the cutting board. I will be using our last Pioneer gravy beef packet, which makes 2 cups. I actually like this gravy, been purchasing it for a long time now. A half a stick of butter, some chicken broth, since that's all we have right now. We don't have any beef broth, so we're just going to go with the chicken broth, some shredded cheese that we have. I need to use up some of this sour cream before it goes bad, so I will be mixing that in the mashed potatoes versus using milk to make it a little bit more creamier. I'll be using the minced garlic that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. And we are on our last 2 cans of mixed vegetables, so I will be using those. I've already drained them. And then I have a pack of 3-pound ground beef, which of course, after all of the fat cooks out, it normally, I say it's about 2.5 pounds by the time you actually brown it all up. And then I'll be using this complete seasoning. Is my favorite seasoning. It has dehydrated vegetables as well as salt and some garlic in it. And then it doesn't have a lot of salt, so sometimes depending on what I'm making, I do add some more salt. So for this dish, I'll be adding additional salt to the mashed potatoes and the just to the mashed potatoes. So salt and pepper to the mashed potatoes along with the butter and the sour cream. And for the meat portion of the shepherd's pie, I'll just be using the complete seasoning. So over here, I've already got my potatoes boiled. There were about 6 or 7 potatoes here. And I'm just going to put some butter in here, which is the half a stick of butter, along with some salt and pepper. And then in this pan, I'm going to be browning my ground beef, draining it. And after I drain it, I will be adding the gravy packet along with the chicken broth instead of using water. I find that when you use chicken broth in place of water, it adds a little bit more flavor to the dish, so I like doing that. And then once I do that, I will be adding the canned vegetables. So let's get started. Okay guys, so at this point I've got my ground beef browned up, and as you can see over here in the bowl, that is all of the grease that was drained from it. I do not pour grease down the sink. I normally just pour it in a bowl, let it cool off, and then I put it inside of a grocery bag before putting it in the trash. So right now I'm going to take my gravy packet and I'm just going to pour it in here with my meat. I'm going to give that a little bit of a stir. I'm actually going to turn my heat down here because I don't want it to overcook, because it's going to be baking in the oven for a little bit. Now if you feel like you need more gravy, then by all means add more gravy. I mean, you're eating it, so you can add whatever you want to it. If you need more seasoning, then by all means add more seasoning. And I'm just gonna take some chicken broth here. I don't measure it, I just kind of eyeball it. I'm just gonna stir it up here until it kind of thickens up, and then afterwards I'm gonna add my vegetables to it. Okay, so now that you've got your vegetables into your ground beef with your gravy and everything, what I'm gonna do is I am pretty much gonna just pour all of this into this pan right here. Make sure I get everything. And of course, the whole time you were making this, have your oven preheated here. Now this isn't a big pan, so we're just gonna kind of smush it down in here just a little bit so that we can put our potatoes and cheese on top. So now the cheese part, that's based on preference. Sometimes I put it on top. I don't make this very often. Sometimes I put it on the bottom, like in between the potatoes and the cheese, which is what I'm going to be doing this time. So this is just some sharp cheddar cheese that I'm going to be sprinkling over the top of the ground beef. I love cheese, so I try not to be heavy-handed with the cheese, but I just can't help myself. If I want more cheese added when I make my plate, then I will do that. So now I'm just gonna take my mashed potatoes here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'm just gonna take my mashed potatoes and I'm going to spoon it over the top of the dish. And this looks good already. I'm just gonna put it all on here and then I'm gonna smooth it out once I get it all on here. Now Now with this, you can use ground turkey. We don't have any more ground turkey, so I just decided to use the ground beef that we had in the freezer. As I mentioned in the early part of the video, I'm using what we have on hand, trying not to go to the store that often. We've been going to the store a lot lately because we've kind of been underestimating how fast things have gotten eaten over the past couple of months. So we've been going to the store quite a lot. But the holidays are coming up, so we definitely are trying to make it a goal to use as much as we can with what we already have before going grocery shopping, because that grocery trip will also include things for Thanksgiving. That was good. And that's pretty much it, you guys. This is just a basic shepherd's pie, nothing fancy. I've been wiping my hands here. I've already got my oven preheated, so this isn't gonna take long to cook at all. You're basically just kind of browning the top of the potatoes and kind of melting the cheese a little bit. And I have this pan here in the oven already for any type of, let's see, I don't know if you guys can see here, but yeah, I have this pan already in the oven for any type of drippage from the oil, gravy rather, I said oil. So I'm just gonna put this on here. It's already hot. And I'm basically going to stick this in the oven and let it cook until the top of the potatoes get brown. Now I'll see you guys in a minute. Y'all, this is the finished product. Ooh, I can't wait. I've already made my plate over here. It looks so good. And let's see, for me, I like a lot of cheese, so I'm gonna put some more cheese on here. If you would like to see the items that I used in this video, feel free to visit the lindsaylifeblog.weebly.com and I'll have the recipe there. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Bye.